60% of you are here committing crimes. 60%. But you are the victims. We've got an entire show on South African TV called Sizokuthola. And every single Sunday, without fail, there are Nigerians that are found with drugs, selling drugs, and their answer is always that they are trying to hustle in South Africa. So our country must just keep quiet while you guys sell our children drugs and just hijack buildings, and you come here and you prostitute women, you steal children, you kidnap, you do tuck shop mafias, you sell rotten food. We must keep quiet while you do that, because if we don't keep quiet, you're going to jump to say you're going to stop trading with us. Kanti, you're not doing us a favor by trading with South Africa, by the way. You're trading with South Africa because you get something out of it. Trade works that way. You don't trade for free. You trade because you are getting something in return. But you are not trading people with us. So this thing of saying that you're going to stop trading with us is funny, because if you are trading with South Africans, trade with goods. Don't trade with us by sending us people from your country and forcing us to live with them. And then if we don't want any more of them, because there's millions and millions of them walking around committing crime, suddenly you turn around and make us the bad people. Also, another thing that I find so strange is that you are the same people that come here claiming to be refugees, to be poor, to be all these sad stories that you always give when you want to stay in South Africa. But when you are in South Africa and you realize that you claim and you want the whole world to listen to your sad stories about lies that you create, saying that there's xenophobia and you're dying and this and that, you claim that you fear for your lives. You left your country because you feared for your life. But you didn't fight for your country. But you are here in South Africa fighting South Africans for South Africa. How does that make sense? You failed to fight in your own country for your rights in your own country with your own government, for your own children's future and your entire lineage. But you are here in South Africa telling us that you're fighting South Africans because they no longer want you in South Africa. I find this...
South Africans. You guys said Nigeria Nigerians in South Africa contribute to 60% of the crime rates that is happening in South Africa, and that's why you want them out of your country. You guys didn't mention any other African countries. You say Nigerians are the main culprits. They are the ones that sells illegal stuff, illegal food, drugs, and the rest. I don't know how you guys came about with that statistics. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's episode we'll be talking about how South Africans think Nigerians are the ones corrupting and spoiling their country. I have some clips that we'll watch. Let's watch these clips. When we'll finish, we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Credit goes to the original owners of this video. So let's watch.
Few days ago, a South African lady by Jacinta made this video.
60% of you are here committing crimes. 60%.
Captioned that 60% of the crimes committed in South Africa are linked to Nigerians. Now, I went back to do some research, computer analysis, and here is my findings. Now, let's look at South Africa's population index. I ran this analysis yesterday and generated this report. South Africa Population Index for 2025. Estimated 62.13 million people live in South Africa. Over 62 million. And amongst those, foreign nationals in the country, about 2.40 million. Okay. Zimbabwe is topping the chart with 864,000. Mozambique is there with 492,000. Lesotho is there with 328,000. Nigeria is there with 223,144. And somebody said that 60% of the crimes committed in South Africa is linked to Nigerians. You know, Look at these numbers. All right. Now let's look at South Africans that are living abroad. On the other hand, United Kingdom shares a similar population density with South Africa. United Kingdom sits at around 69 to 72 million. Okay. Imagine people from the UK come out and single out South Africa as being behind 60% of the crime committed in United Kingdom, because in the UK we have 245,000 to 298,000 South Africans. In Australia, we have 214,000 to 222,000 South Africans. In the USA, we have 120,000 to 160,000 South Africans. In Ireland, it's just shy under 10,000. A lot of South Africans are living in Nigeria, but useless country don't have data. They will never compute data, so that when matters come like this for global relevance and explanation, we can work with data, but we always work with estimation. Shame on you, Nigerians, because you can't even compute how many South Africans live in Nigeria. Now, let's look at the crime density in South Africa. How is crime being, conducted? I ran a statistical, qualitative and quantitative analysis yesterday to bring out a crime map and a crime data and how it's been spread. Let's go there. Now, this is crime in South Africa. I ran a statistical, qualitative and quantitative analysis to generate this report. Okay, now evidence-based analysis of crime, drugs, prostitution, arrest and profit. This is Q3 of 2025-2026. It is said in the crime report that the crimes committed in South Africa is no tie. There is no verified official evidence showing that foreign nationals like Nigerians or any single nationality commit most crimes in South Africa. These are SAP's public statistics report crimes by category and province and time the crimes were committed. All claim that foreigners or Nigerians commit most crime is not supported by public SAP data reviewed. Okay, these are your crimes from categories from cases. These are your crimes from murder to sexual offense, rape, attempted murder. See, they are going up. Drug-related crime is going up. Driving under influence is going up. Attempted murder is going up. These are all the crime indices. Crimes detected by police. These are all the crimes. Your statistics and your data have nowhere to show that a certain national, they were not grouped to say, oh, these crimes are committed by these nationals. These crimes are committed by these nationals. All right, and look at your crimes that are going up. Drugs is 17.9% increase due to lack of job. You guys have the highest unemployment rate. We also have our unemployment rate, but because South Africans have refused to educate themselves, South Africa has some of the best scholarships in Africa. I know a few friends of mine that went to South Africa to study completely for free, but you guys will not go to school. But all the time you guys come out and want to attack a certain national. It is not fair at all. All right, and look at your crime map. Look at your crime indices in Gauteng, Western Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, and look at commercial crime is up by 2.0%. Arrest and police action 9.5. Prostitution and sex trafficking. You can imagine. So you need to deal with the problem home before you start. If you don't want nationals in your country, there is no problem. But singling out nationality simply because you feel threatened or you're heartbroken and you're committing hate crime, hate speech on your own people is diabolical. I'll be Mazi Titi and I'll see you on the next one.
I just watched the video where this woman, whether she's Jacinta, whether she's Victoria, one of the xenophobic vigilante leaders, where she harassed a Nigerian holding his own daughter. The man was holding his little daughter and they were harassing him, asking for his papers. This guy brought out his South African ID and they still refused him entry into the facility he wanted to rent. He said he didn't have a right to have an ID. As a Nigerian, once you are a permanent resident, you get a South African ID, but it will be written born in Nigeria. Once you have naturalized, you get a South African ID and a South African passport, even though they'll be written born in Nigeria. There is a process called naturalization. The fact that somebody does not come from your country or was not born in your country does not mean they can achieve naturalization and permanent residence status. A bit of education, okay? So that's what I've been saying. Avoid these people. They are out for blood. No matter the correctness of your legal documents, they will rubbish it, they will tear it, they will assault you, and they will try to unalive you. Imagine a group of 1,000 men harassing an innocent woman selling banana. Like, does that even make sense? A man protects a woman, regardless of the circumstances. And you do not have the legal right or authority to check people's ID. I'm disappointed with South African politicians and law enforcement. They're afraid to speak out because the election is coming. And the moment you speak out against the murder of innocent Africans because they are not from South Africa, you lose election. The ANC doesn't want to lose more election. And that is why their politicians are keeping quiet and looking at their uncivilized people, unaliving people, and harassing innocent people, chasing them from hospitals. South African politicians and South African leaders, you have disappointed the whole world. And I'm disappointed in you. From Cyril Ramaphosa to Mantashe to everybody, all of you. I'm disappointed in you. The whole world is disappointed in you. The whole Africa is disappointed in you. And I'm disappointed with African leaders for watching their citizens being treated that way. Kudos to Ghana for fighting for their citizens. All of you are a disappointment.
Auntie Jacinta Zuma has come out now to say that Nigerians are the ones that are selling illegal drugs, that are selling bad food, rotten, according to her, she said rotten food, expired food for them in South Africa. That 60% of the crime rates, the stealing, all the bad things you can ever hear of a country, Nigerians are the ones to be blamed. That in fact, Nigerians are the ones that does it. That if you watch out, or if you have seen previous videos of her, you will see how some Nigerians were caught selling illegal drugs for their people, making them junkies. How Nigerians have been robbing their people at gunpoint. Do I believe this? Absolutely not. Because why I say I don't believe this is, yes, I'm not saying we don't have the rotten eggs in Nigeria. Like, there might be some Nigerians there that have been doing illegal things, like the whole internet fraud, the selling of illegal drugs, and the rest. Yes, but you cannot say 50% because there's no even data to show that this is true. And for the crime rate that you are talking about, from clips I've seen on social media, most of the people that came out to narrate their ordeals of how they were stopped on the road and they were robbed, they said the guys were South Africans. I don't think a Nigerian that is sensible will go to another man's country and start using arms to rob their citizens. But if you are talking about drugs, internet fraud, I'm not saying Nigerians can't do that. I already know Jacinta already despises and hates Nigerians. She has said it in her video that dating in Nigeria, instead of her dating in Nigeria, she'd rather eat dust. That one is clear. But you accusing Nigerians that 60% is not true, Abba. Or if you are saying it is true, then bring out how the data to show that this is true. That's all we are asking for. Let's learn to love ourselves in Africa. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. I see you on my next episode. Bye for now.